In our previous video, we showed you the basics on how to unpack your system and set permissions on the script if you bought the Builder's Edition, how to change colors, and showed you that everything is networked right out of the box. Well, there's much more to it than that. And we're going to show you how to change custom colors and how to change networking channels to isolate lights into groups, all that kind of fun stuff. These are what really makes the system what it is. First thing, as a reminder, we set color by clicking on one of the lights, Options, Light, Colors. And for now, I'll change it to preset of, say, violet. And you see lights all changed to violet. One of the most powerful parts of the system, though, is the custom color picker. And I'll show you that right now by going to Options, Light, Color, and Custom. And it reses out a prim, which will eventually take the shape, size, color, brightness, fall off, glow, everything that the light you resed it from has, so that you can see just how the bulb will look with the new color and everything outside of the confines of the light. So it's easier to see the specific color you're choosing there. For now, we'll right click on it and choose Edit. And up pops the Linden Prim Editor. I'll click on Color. I'll move this out of the way so you can see a little better what's happening here. And now I can pick any color on this little chart that I want to, and you'll see the color of the object and the light change. It's whatever I pick here. I can also pick from these samples down below, and as you see, the light color changes. Now I'm going to choose red. Then I'm going to close this window. I'll click on my picker object, and I'll click Set Color. And that updates the lights with new color. In addition to doing that, you'll notice the hover text above this light, I'll move it so you can see a little bit better, has numbers representing the actual color values that we're using for the light. If I click it, the menu that pops up will let me fine-tune those numbers plus or minus a little bit each way. I could do green, red, or blue in this manner, and I'll crank green up a little bit so you might see a slight color change. It will be difficult to see given the low resolution of this video, but it does in fact change ever so slightly. When I'm satisfied with it, I'll click Set Color, and the lights will update to that new color. That's custom colors. When I'm finished, I click on my picker and choose Done, and it goes away. Now, you'll notice that again all three lights change to the color I selected because they're all on the same network channel, and that's a concept we're going to explain now. By default, everything's sitting on the first channel in a list of 9 channels. I will show you that list right now by going Options, Network, and Change. And you'll see in the menu A through I representing the 9 networks, 9 network channels rather. I'm going to change them to B. And it now prompts me if I want to propagate that change to all the lights on the old network channel and make it the new network channel. I'll click Yes. And if you're paying attention down here, you'll see that the hover text reflects these lights have in fact also changed to the new network channel. So now if I click this lamp and say Mode Off, they'll all turn off because they're all sitting on network channel B. If I click the switch and I click On, nothing happens. That's because the switch is still set to its default channel, the first channel on the list, or in this case, channel A. Now looking at this list of channels, you'll probably come to the conclusion that having them named A through I isn't very useful. Well, I've given you the ability to change the name of the network by clicking on Rename. It'll prompt you where you can't see us out of the range of the video camera, but I'm going to type in the name of Patio. And you'll see, when I hit Enter, that the light now indicates channel has been renamed to Patio. Now, what's neat here is once that change was made on this light, that change was broadcast to the main box, which then broadcast the new channel list to all the lights on the SIM and switches on the SIM. All they'll have the new network list. And I'll go to my switch, I'll click network, and I'll click change. Look at that, patio right there. I'll click patio, switch changes to patio. Now when I click on, the lights should all, in fact, turn on. You have the option of setting one light to a different network channel or a group of lights to a different network channel. You may also, if you elect, take a light completely off the network by clicking it, options, network, off. It now reflects that the network is off, but it is still using channel patio. That just means it's still tuned to that channel, but we'll be ignoring any network commands that come in on that channel. To demonstrate, I'll click my switch and click off, and the light does not turn off because, again, it is ignoring network commands. I must click the light directly now and select the mode on or off to do that, to extinguish the light. I'm also going to change this first light back to network channel A. And I'll click no. I don't want to change the rest of the lights. So now we have these two lights on the right listening on network channel patio. This light on the left, network channel A. The switch is currently set for network channel patio. So when I click on, this light comes on. This light does not, because it is not listening on the network. This light does not, because it is listening on a different network channel. I'll turn networking on for the middle light. Options, network, on. Click the switch again and click on. And now it turns on. I want to turn all the lights on. I'll click all on. And all lights are now on because all network channels were told to turn on. Conversely, all off, and all network channels are turned off. You may have noticed in these menus, on both the light and the switch, a mode called timed. What that means is that the light is set into a mode where it turns on automatically when the sun sets and turns off when the sun rises. It's worth pointing out that this is not necessarily the sun that you see in your client. If you have, for example, your environment set to midday, the light still sees the sun as if you were viewing it with the SIM's default. In other words, if the sun really is set and you see it at noon, the lights are still going to stay on because in reality the sun is actually not at noon. Okay, that covers network lighting. That covers our communication channel system. In the next video we'll show you some more advanced menu options, and the last video will be how to make a light source that isn't really a physically present object or a visible object, and that should have you all on your way. See you next video. Bye bye.